Welcome to King of Kings Bible Dash. This Genesis chapter 7 and its deep theological concepts. The flood. The Lord then said to Noah, "Go into the ark, you and your whole family, because I have found you righteous in this generation. Take with you 7 pairs of every kind of clean animal, a male and its mate, and 1 pair of every kind of unclean animal, a male and its mate, and also 7 pairs of every kind of bird, male and female, to keep their various kinds alive throughout the earth. 7 days from now, Baka, I will send rain on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights, and I will wipe from the face of the earth every living creature I have made." And Noah did all that the Lord commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the flood waters came on the earth. And Noah and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives entered the ark to escape the waters of the flood. Pairs of clean and unclean animals, of birds, and of all creatures that move along the ground, male and female, came to Noah and entered the ark, as God had commanded Noah. And after the 7 days, the flood waters came on the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, on the 17th day of the 2nd month. On that day, all the springs of the great deep burst forth, and the floodgates of the heavens were opened, and rain fell on the earth 40 days and 40 nights. On that very day, Noah and his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, together with his wife and the wives of his 3 sons, entered the ark. They had with them every wild animal, according to its kind, all livestock according to their kinds, every creature that moves along the ground according to its kind, and every bird according to its kind, everything with wings. Pairs of all creatures that have the breath of life in them came to Noah and entered the ark. The animals going in were male and female of every living thing, as God had commanded Noah. Then the Lord shut him in. If you are not yet subscribed, please subscribe to participate in spreading and teaching the gospel. For 40 days, the flood kept coming on the earth, and as the waters increased, they lifted the ark high above the earth. The waters rose and increased greatly on the earth, and the ark floated on the surface of the water. They rose greatly on the earth, and all the high mountains under the entire heavens were covered. The waters rose and covered the mountains to a depth of more than 15 cubits. Every living thing that moved on land, perished birds, livestock, wild animals, all the creatures that swarm over the earth, and all mankind. Everything on dry land that had the breath of life in its nostrils died. Every living thing on the face of the earth was wiped out. People and animals and the creatures that move along the ground and the birds were wiped from the earth. Only Noah was left, and those with him in the ark. The waters flooded the earth for 150 days. This is the end of the chapter. Make sure you have subscribed as we dive deeper into the theological concepts of chapter 7. This is a deep analysis of Genesis chapter 7, the hidden theology. Genesis 7 narrates the climax of the flood story, the entry into the ark, the deluge itself, and God's preservation of Noah and his family. Beneath the narrative lies profound theological meaning that anticipates later biblical themes. Verses 1 to 5. Divine election and obedience. Hidden theology. O righteousness as covenant. Favor God singles out Noah because of his righteousness. 7:1. This is not mere morality, but covenantal faithfulness. Noah embodies the remnant principle, where God preserves a faithful seed amidst corruption. Obedience as salvation. Noah did all that the Lord commanded. 7:5. Hidden theology. Salvation is not earned by works, but evidenced through obedience flowing from faith. This anticipates Abraham's faith and later Pauline theology. Verses 6-10. Preservation of creation. Hidden theology. Animals 2 by 2. The preservation of animals, clean and unclean, reflects God's concern for creation beyond humanity. Hidden theology. Redemption is cosmic, not anthropocentric. Paul echoes this in Romans 8, where creation groans for restoration. Clean versus unclean distinction. 7 pairs of clean animals, 7 more too. Foreshadow sacrificial worship. Hidden theology. Even in judgment, God prepares for future worship and covenant renewal. Verses 11-16. Cosmic decreation and new creation. Hidden theology. Waters of chaos. All the fountains of the great deep burst forth. 7:11. This is a reversal of Genesis chapter 1, where God separated waters to create order. Hidden theology. Sin collapses creation back into chaos, undoing divine order. Ark as sanctuary. God shuts Noah in. 7:16. The ark functions as a mobile temple. God himself secures salvation. Hidden theology. Salvation is not human engineering, but divine sealing, anticipating Christ as the true ark. Verses 17-24. Judgment and mercy. Hidden theology. Universal judgment. Waters cover all the high mountains. 7:19. Hidden theology. Sin's reach is universal, and so is God's judgment. This anticipates eschatological judgment. Death as reversal of breath. Everything on dry land in whose nostrils was the breath of life died. 7:22. Hidden theology. The divine breath given in Genesis 2 is withdrawn, showing life is sustained only by God's ongoing grace. Remnant theology. Only Noah and those with him remain. 7:23. Hidden theology. God always preserves a remnant through whom his purposes continue. This anticipates Israel's survival through exile and the church's endurance through persecution. Theological threads in Genesis chapter 7, judgment and salvation. The flood is both destruction and deliverance. Hidden theology. Salvation always comes through judgment, cross and resurrection. Ark as Christological symbol. The ark prefigures Christ. Those in him are saved from wrath. Just as God shut Noah in, believers are sealed by the Spirit. Creation and recreation. The flood is a cosmic reset. Hidden theology. God's plan is not annihilation, but renewal, pointing to new creation in Revelation. Faith and obedience. Noah's righteousness and obedience embody the covenantal pattern. Faith expressed in action leads to preservation. In summary, Genesis 7 is not merely about a flood. It is a theological drama of judgment, salvation, covenant, and cosmic renewal. The ark becomes a type of Christ, the flood a type of baptism. 1 Peter chapter 3:20-21, and Noah a type of the faithful remnant. Hidden within the verses is the gospel pattern: chaos, judgment, salvation, new creation.